Alright, we're on archives.org. The Smoke Watcher's How to Quit book is tested way to break through cigarette habit forever. We're going to increase the size of that. The Smoke Watcher's How to Quit book, published by Bernard Giz Associates. To Sandra Costa Zika Padur. Smoke Watchers International Press is grateful to thank Bentley Glum, Nicholas Costa, and to Max Gunther for this invaluable assistance in the preparation of this book. Contents. Introduction. How to use this book. Part 1. The Tobacco Habit. A Tobacco Habit. Cigarettes in Society. Cigarettes in an Individual. Part 2. Gathering the Forces. Why do you want to quit? The game of cold turkey and other games. Not stopping but starting. Part 3. Techniques of Success. Benevolent Pressure Group. Partner System. Problem Countervailing Pressure. The ratting form. Counting and charting, habit lists, smoker tech, extra ingredients, withdrawal systems, a smoker and a food, on being confirmed and on being a confirmed non-smoker. Part 4, cigarette diet, making the commitment, stage 1, 2, and 3. Introduction to this book. I believe. This book is to help you stop smoking, or if you prefer, to help you cut down with the number of smoke each day. Ideally, you should quit entirely, but the choice, of course, is yours to make. The choice has been yours ever since you began smoking. The fact that you always have 3 possible courses of the change: quit, cut down, or simply take no action. Obviously, you have already made a partial choice. You have at least and tentatively eliminated the last of the 3 possible courses of no action, of drifting along, of attempting no changes in your life. You're reading a book persuaded to any of the 100 conceivable motives, impelled by any of the 1,000 possible triggering events, circumstances. For some reason, you've picked up this book and are taking the time to read it. Perhaps you're reading the first words of spirit skepticism. You think that you may not finish the book. You aren't sure you have the guts, or whatever it takes to overcome the smoking habit. You wonder, indeed, if you really want to. No matter you reading the book, you have made some kind of choice. You have taken the first step. You've done so because somewhere in either the forefront of the background of your mind is something that urges to make a change within your smoking habit. Smoking may be strong or weak, loud or muted. Anything from dreaded of lung cancer to mild embarrassment about tobacco breath. Whatever it is, it's exactly exists and is really with how you made you think about it. Enjoy smoking, and yet you wish you wish you didn't. Suppose it's possible to switch off the smoking habits effortlessly, like switching off the light. Suppose you could buy a magic pill. You could despite some of the ads, some of the seem imply with it would instantly erase the desired smoke and erase all memory of it having smoked. A pill that would be transport blithely back into the position you want to be before you tried your first cigarette. Would you want the pill? If you answer with yes, then the evidence of something in your mind that you enjoy smoking but wish you don't. The magic pill is not available, of course, so you're still a smoker, perhaps a heavy one. Maybe you've tried to cut down more than once in your life, but have always found the effort too great, the craving too strong, the whole experience unpleasant. Or maybe you've never tried to quit because you've doubt the ability to do so. You think of the hook for life, and you fear a battle in which the willpower will be defeated, and yet you are reading this book. You are hoping. Alright, let's consider the facts coolly. What is the book going to do for you? If you want to make the quit process easy and taking the way mythical switch-off pill, nobody has invented a way to do that yet. Your wish of the tobacco has been developed and reinforced over the years of habitation. Nothing is so long lived can be exercised in an hour or a day. This book does not promise any such magical cure. What it does promise is the readable with the care and full precepts honestly and faithful. It will make the quit or cut down process easier than you think. This book can be a member of the best friend if you let it. The book is based on experience, not theory, on unestimated gimmicks, experiences. Why don't just think it perhaps will work? We don't just hope they'll work. We know that they'll work because they've watched them work. Simply with an incontrovertibly, absolutely, they work. The book is based on the program developed over several years, refined by the Smokers Watcher International Incorporated organization devoted exclusively to helping smokers in their battle with tobacco. Thousands of people have now gone through this program, and every 100 who followed the program completely, including many who had smoking 3 or even 4 packs of cigarettes a day. 86 have given up cigarettes entirely, and another 11 have cut down to a level of 10 cigarettes a day or less. As far as we know, by the periodic checkups of the graduates of the program, the changes, almost all cases, have been permanent. We feel good about it nationally, make us, most of us, with the exclusion of the group leaders and smoke watchers, are over ourselves, former smokers. Some of us quit in old days. When we're quitting, we often acutely painful. Remember what it is like. We're glad to have made it easier. I feel alive again. I feel like a whole woman. One of our graduates or smokers once told us she was a woman about 35 who had been smoking since her teens and had been reached the frightening level 3 packs a day. She tried to quit at least 10 times in her life and always failed miserably. Now she's the tobacco slave no longer. Her complexion had been lost its yellowish pallor, and her days and fatigue was gone. Her chronic cough was gone. Her teeth were white. Her sex life had become an experience worth having. She had blossomed. She had abruptly come out of the sunshine like a big, beautiful butterfly that had spent 2 decades wrapped in a dinging cocoon. I'm living, she kept saying in the tones of the words, I'm living. Would you like to live too? Then read on. I won't hurt much. It won't hurt much. It really won't. How to use this book. The book was divided in 4 main parts. First part was devoted to helping you understand the tobacco habit. The second deals with a preliminary gathering of forces of which for the attack for the habit. Third explains the actual program of attack. The fourth part of the cigarette diet essence of a flexible timetable to design a guide using force tools and techniques presented in the first 3 books. Part 1 and 2 and 3. The various pieces of the information you'll need to go through for the Smoke Watchers program presented is nearly as possible in the order in which you need them. However, don't attempt to start with yourself through the program as you read these first 3 parts. Simply read them and digest them. Think of them as a soldier might think of it his first months in the army, the period of which he receives his basic training, issued his weapons, and learns how to use them. He doesn't use either of the training or the weapons in earnest until a later phase when actually he's going into battle. Part 4, he going into battle. Last part of the book takes you to your own pace through the 3 careful planned stages of smoker to non-smoker. To put in another way, you don't actually commit yourself to the program until you get to the end of the part 3. Then finally, you commit yourself. You go through part 4, the stage by stage, using and training weapons you've given them in the first 3, and of course, referring to those 3 parts as often as necessary. In the end, you are certain to emerge from part 4 a non-smoker if you really want to. Are you ready? Then go on to part 1. Have a cigarette if you like. You won't be smoking much longer, or why don't you skip it in a gesture of good faith? The Smoker Watcher's How to Quit book.